Russia's expansionist agenda, NATO's greatest challenge. In recent years, Russia has been flexing its muscles on the global political and military stage, engaging in actions that challenge the principles and stability of the international community. This expansionist agenda has brought about a new set of challenges for NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which was established as a defensive alliance to counter the threat of Soviet aggression during the Cold War. Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014, and its subsequent involvement in the conflict in eastern Ukraine, marked a turning point in relations between Russia and the West and highlighted the ongoing tension between Moscow and NATO. These actions, which violate international law and the sovereignty of Ukraine, have been met with economic sanctions imposed by the US and EU in an effort to deter Russia's aggression. However, this has not stopped Russia's expansionist agenda. Russia has continued to increase its military presence in the Black Sea region, including the deployment of missile systems, in what has been described as a hybrid warfare strategy that combines conventional military force with subversive tactics. Furthermore, Russia's support for separatist movements in other countries, such as Georgia and Moldova, suggests a broader ambition to redraw the map of Eastern Europe. This expansionist agenda not only destabilizes regional security, but also presents a clear challenge to the values and principles that NATO stands for, namely freedom, democracy and the rule of law. NATO's response to Russia's expansionist agenda has been multifaceted, involving both military and diplomatic measures. The alliance has increased its presence in the region, through the deployment of troops and military equipment to the Baltic states and Poland, as well as through joint military exercises with partner countries. These measures are intended to demonstrate NATO's commitment to the defense of its members, and to deter any potential aggression from Russia. In addition, NATO has sought to engage in dialogue with Russia, through channels such as the NATO-Russia Council, in an effort to reduce tensions and promote stability in the region. However, these efforts have been hampered by Russia's reluctance to engage in meaningful dialogue, and by the fact that the alliance and Russia have fundamentally different perspectives on key issues such as Ukraine and the role of NATO in the region. While NATO's response to Russia's expansionist agenda has been robust, there are concerns about the long-term viability of this strategy. Some experts argue that NATO risks being drawn into a new Cold War with Russia, with potentially disastrous consequences. Others suggest that the alliance needs to adopt a more nuanced approach that balances deterrence with dialogue and engagement. Central to this debate is the question of NATO's own identity and purpose in the post-Cold War world. While some see it as a defensive alliance that must respond forcefully to Russian aggression, others argue that NATO needs to reevaluate its role and focus on broader security challenges, such as terrorism and cyber threats. Regardless of the answer to this question, it is clear that Russia's expansionist agenda poses a significant challenge to NATO, and to the principles and values that underpin the international order. At a time of increased global instability, it is essential that NATO remains a strong and united force for stability and security in Europe. In conclusion, Russia's expansionist agenda represents a significant challenge to NATO, and to the broader principles and values that underpin the international order. While NATO's response has been robust, there are concerns about the long-term viability of this strategy, and about the alliance's own identity and purpose in the post-Cold War world. Moving forward, it will be essential for NATO to balance deterrence with dialogue and engagement, in order to promote stability and security in Europe.